Hi, I'm Allan Arkush, and I have a problem. I watch certain movies over and over and over again, and many of them are not good movies. But they give me pleasure, guilty pleasure. And one of my favorite guilty pleasures of all time is the original Where the Boys Are from 1960. Not the remake, the original. And today, on Trails from Hell, we'll see why I'm guilty as charged.
Girls.
Where did the guilt begin? It began in the Lee Theater in Fort Lee, New Jersey, in a packed audience of adolescents who love this movie. It's funny, it promises sex, and it gives you lots of location photography of Fort Lauderdale. It made you feel like you were on spring break. It was a big hit. In fact, teenagers from across the country all descended on Fort Lauderdale that year and started a tradition, which the movie sort of hints at, where kids go down south for spring break. 45 years later, MTV is still doing TV shows about spring break in Florida. We really liked the movie. I really liked Connie Francis in the movie. She had a bunch of hits at the time. She was quite a big pop singer, and she was talked into doing the movie, and she gives a pretty good comic performance. When it came time to have a theme song for the movie, she said, "Can I have my friends from Queens write the song?" And there was some discussion about who are they. Well, his name's Neil Sedaka and Harry Greenfield, and of course the song went to number 4. But my favorite person in the movie is Paula Prentiss, all 5'10" of her. This is her screen debut, and it was really hard to find someone who could play opposite her. But Jim Hutton was a contract player, and the two of them had a lot of chemistry together. In fact, they did 4 movies together. My favorite guy in the movie is Frank Gorshin, the impressionist, soon to be the Riddler. Now there's George Hamilton. He's kind of a stiff. He was the big catch. He had a boat, he was rich, and he was always hitting on the girls. Dolores Hart is really the lead in the picture, and she has a problem. She needs to know how far should a good girl go on a date. And it's something that she brings up throughout the picture. She's a veteran of 3 Elvis movies, and after she had thought about sex a lot in this picture, it must have really preyed on her mind, because 2 years later, she joined the nunnery. That's right, Dolores Hart, because of Elvis in this movie, became a nun. In fact, today she's known as Mother Superior Dolores Hart, and she's the only nun who is a voting member of the Motion Picture Academy. Now, Frank Gorshin, let's get back to Frank. I love him in this picture. He's a member of a dialectic jazz group. This group is so uncompromising, they pay the audience to listen to their jazz. And his hep talk is quite funny, and the jazz that he plays by Peter Ruggiero is pretty good. They perform numbers that are sort of a satire of jazz titles like Shakespeare meets Satchel Paige on Hampstead Heath. The movie is full of hijinks and fun, but MGM decided to not film the entire book because the last third of the book has the gang going to Cuba to fight with Fidel Castro for the revolution. Imagine Connie Francis and Fidel Castro. Well, MGM, if you're interested, I'm available. I would film that final third of the novel. The audience needs to know.
Where the boys are. That's for me.
Next time you have a pajama party, this is the movie to run. Invite the whole gang over.
Come on, live it up with their laugh sessions, their romantic sessions, and those way out jam sessions.